morning. Now I see you. It's a real pleasure for me to be here today, and I thank Alan J. for allowing me to come in as part of the program today. This is your annual Neighborhood Watch meeting today. You don't have to sign anything. I've already seen both of your chair people. Billy knows this is your annual meeting. You have to do this once a year so that you retain your active Neighborhood Watch status. So please understand, with all the lights, all I see is little heads. But if you have a question or something, wave your hand like really fast so I can see you. Just a couple of things I want to let you know that has been brought to my attention from your Neighborhood Watch group. And by the way, the Neighborhood Watch members that are in the audience this morning, could you just either wave your hat or stand up or something? Let's see, so people know who you are. Thank you for your service. Thank you. They do a great job, and they're out there when you don't know they're out there. They have a non-repeating schedule, but they do have a plan for when they're out there, so it's very nice. One of the things they brought to my attention that they see a lot are open garage doors. So please, if you have a garage door, please remember to close it. And if you happen to be on our Facebook page, then you will see the 9 p.m. routine, and that's one of the things to remind you to do at 9 p.m. is to lock everything up. And so one of those things is to put your garage door down. But even if you're just leaving for the day, to go, I don't know, to the doctor or whatever the case is, put your garage door down. And I would also suggest, if you're like out fussing around in the yard or whatever, if your garage door is up and you're in the back, put the garage door down while you're in the back, okay? It's just good practice to do that. Secondly, so that you know what the patrol does, Neighborhood Watch Patrol, I only have patrol in a couple of the groups that I facilitate across the county, and there's almost 80 groups. But these folks decide that they make their own schedule, but they have gone through a special training with me and signed off on the information that they will patrol within certain guidelines. And those certain guidelines include not taking like floodlights and shining them in your house and, things like that. All they're out there to do is to observe and to create a presence. So if people see that there's somebody in a cart with an amber light on top and they're riding around, that they might think twice about doing any damage, okay, like making kind of a burglary or criminal mischief or anything like that. You really don't have many reports of that through the year. However, most of the reports that we get are from the RV section, and I think it's possibly because it's a little more of an open atmosphere out there. So if you are in the RV section, please remember that anything that you have outside, and even if you're not in the RV section, anything you have outside of your home is exposed, and especially during the daytime, people are accustomed to seeing other people just kind of wandering around in the daytime, and so daytime is probably the most vulnerable time for you rather than night, okay? So people are always surprised, and oh my gosh, they took it in the daytime. Yes, because where are you in the daytime? You're out playing golf, you're playing tennis, you're at the doctor, you went to the grocery. You're not home in the daytime. So that's the time that is prime for thieves, okay? A couple of other things just in general. This time of year, we always like to remind people to be careful with your credit cards and make sure that like if you're going shopping and possibly out of town, maybe just take one credit card with you. Don't take all 10 that you have. and just use that one card. And be careful on the gas pump skimmers. You've seen that in the news lately. When you go to the gas pump, just take a hold of that place where you put your credit card in and just give it a little tug. If it's not secure, tight, don't use it, okay? Go report it inside and go to another pump. Also, if you use the pumps that are close to the front, it is less typical that a skimmer would be on those pumps because they're more observable from the people that are inside. Usually the skimmers we find are on the side, like outside type pumps. We have not recovered any skimmers yet in Highlands County that I'm aware of. However, we have seen the evidence of a skimmer because we see fraudulent charges. And you also might not realize that your card has been skimmed until many months later, because they may keep your information, they may sell it to someone else, they may not decide to act on it right away. And if you do see fraudulent use on your card, it may not have happened within the past month. It may have happened 6 months ago, okay? So the only real way to not get skimmed is to go inside and pay cash. But what I would suggest to you, if you just don't want to do that, and frankly I don't want to do that, that just check your monthly statement, and every single month. And if there's any charge on there that you didn't make, and I don't care if it's $1.98, if you didn't make that charge, you report it to your credit card company using the number on the back of the card, okay? And you make that call, because that way you're not going to be responsible. They're going to be able to check the other charges that might be on your card, and they're going to be able to take care of that for you. So you be vigilant on your end. And by the way, if you know that you always get your statement about the 22nd of the month, something like that, and here it's the 25th or 6th and it still hasn't arrived, call your credit card company and find out what happened to that statement, because someone may have put in a change of address form for you. You know, you can get that off the internet, USPS.com, and someone can change your address for you without you even knowing. So please be vigilant about any kind of typical bills that you normally have. And that would include power and water and all that kind of stuff too. And the last thing, was having driven here this morning during rush hour from Lake Placid on 27. Oh, I saw so many almosts. I thought, I'm never going to get there without an accident. And I was witness to one last week, a rollover right in front of where I come out to get onto 27 from my house. So please be careful about where you are in relation to the other cars around you. Do you know where your blind spot is in your car? I bet you do. It's just behind your side view mirror, maybe back there by where your gas cap is, whether it's on the left or the right. But that's about where a typical blind spot is in a car. Don't drive there, okay? If there's another car and you're like right up beside it, don't drive in their blind spot, because they can't see you and they can pull right over, and sure enough, there you are in trouble, okay? So back off a little bit, and if you're going to pass a car, make sure that you have enough room to pass it so you don't have to hang right there in that blind spot, okay? And especially with trucks. Oh my gosh, okay? Be careful with the trucks. And this morning I saw, I bet you, 6 lane changes that scared me to death, okay? People going too quickly, getting in front of one another without the proper spacing, or people that just turned on the blinker and moved over. I know that's happened to you, okay? So those are the things I want you to remember. Are there any questions this morning? I'll look hard. I don't see any. Okay. I thank you very much for this time, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.